breaking news coming in now from the Dirksen Federal Building, where one of former Illinois House Speaker Mike Madigan's most loyal staffers has been found guilty of perjury and attempted obstruction of justice by a federal jury.
The jury came back with a verdict very quickly. Our Alyssa Donovan was in the courtroom with more. Alyssa.
Yeah, Ben and Jackie, not much of a reaction from Tim Mapes when that verdict was read today in the courtroom. The former chief of staff to Mike Madigan found guilty of 1 count of perjury and 1 count of obstruction of justice. That jury deliberated for just about 5 hours before delivering their verdict today, right around 2 p.m. Tim Mapes, surrounded by his defense team, quickly walked out of the Dirksen Federal Building on Thursday. The 68-year-old found guilty of perjury and obstruction of justice by a federal jury. During the 3-week trial, prosecutors argued Mapes lied to a grand jury that was investigating former Illinois Speaker Mike Madigan and his allies. The government providing the jury with recordings and wiretaps that demonstrated Mapes lied to protect Madigan and Springfield insider Michael McLean. While he claimed to have no knowledge of the pair's political dealings, the jury was convinced otherwise. Both McLean and Madigan are charged with bribery and racketeering following that same grand jury's investigation. The defense argued that Mapes was not shown specific documents during his grand jury testimony or played any recordings, and that he had no motive to lie during his testimony. Sherry Garrett, whose statement about her sexual harassment by then Chief of Staff Mapes, which led to his resignation, issued a statement about today's verdict, saying in part, "Through the course of this trial, we've learned about the ways that Mr. Mapes and the rest of the inner circle of that organization worked to discredit those of us who were speaking out about our toxic work environment. My experience speaking out about the sexual harassment I endured in 2018 was painful, and more painful was knowing that there were countless others like me who were too afraid of Mr. Mapes to come forward and speak their own truths. I hope that those individuals feel some relief today, as I now do." And Mapes will be sentenced on January 10th. Reporting live tonight at the Dirksen Federal Building, Alyssa Donovan, WGN News.